Planning to live wild, free, and completely off-grid in your RV? Thought you'd roll up in your RV and stick it to society by living rent-free on your Florida property? Not so fast. Your tiny home fantasy just got kicked in the nads. Your tiny home
fantasy just got kicked in the nads.
That's funny. Well, Putnam County might have just slammed that door in your face, but not entirely. There's hope. So if I knew this before I bought my first, my 100th, or my 500th land property, I would have been much better off. And let me guess that maybe you feel the same way. See, the rules around when and how you can use your RV in many of the counties and in many of the residential subdivisions can be extremely confusing. And we get this question about living in your RV full-time on Florida land all the time, particularly the land that we sell, obviously. So I decided to make a video about it. And in this video, we are going to go over the details as we know them about how zoning can affect the dreams that you have of living in your RV as opposed to a traditional home structure like a tiny home or a container home or a mobile home or even a site-built home. So if this question is one that you have ever had, you're gonna wanna stick around and watch this till the end, probably with a pen and paper so that you can take some notes. One major caveat that we have here is that we're mostly referencing the specific zoning regulations for Putnam County, Florida, where we've done business for a number of years. Now, a lot of you that are interested in land in Walaka or Satsuma or Interlaken or Hawthorne, this is going to be perfectly 100% relevant for you. For those of you who are looking in land in some other counties like Polk County or Charlotte County or in some of those other areas like Punta Gorda or Lake Placid, it's not going to apply exactly, but it is pretty close. If you have questions on a specific lot or just have any questions in general, just give us a call. We'd be more than happy to help and point you in the right direction. 954-639-4938. We can't wait to help you invest in your dreams. Now with that, let's get into it. So last year we met Julia. She found this amazing lot with us in Satsuma. She called us for directions. She went out to visit it. She took her partner with her and they loved it. Unfortunately, we had to help her adjust her dream of living wild and free. See, in Putnam's residential subdivisions and most counties in Florida, living in your RV with no other structure on the property is simply not allowed. Truth is, in Putnam County's R2 zoning, if you're picturing parking your RV and kicking back forever with nothing else on that land, that's a hard no. I know, it sucks, right? Hey man, we don't make the rules. So what happened with Julia? She decided to get a tiny home, park her RV next to it, and enjoy a slightly more civilized version of living wild and free. Woo! So if you got this far, you're probably getting the info you couldn't easily find elsewhere. So do me a favor and smash that like button. It'll let me know that we helped you out, okay? And if you have any comments, make sure to put them down below. Don't hitch up and drive away just yet. Temporary stays are totally okay. Now, let's say you're visiting your own land or having family swing by. One of our most cherished clients, Derek, got this 1/3 of an acre gem right on the lake with us. It was amazing and he loved it and he wanted to hang out there on the weekends. It turns out that you can do one better. You can set up camp for up to 14 days straight or 120 days total over the year in non-consecutive 14-day increments. Now, what does that really mean? It means that you can go to the property for like up to 14 days and then you can do it 2 weeks again, but not before a 2-week break. So you got to take 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, maybe 2 weeks on again. You can do that for up to 120 days throughout the year. Now, the idea here is that you don't go and use 120 days of the year. That's ridiculous. What the goal really is of that rule is to give you flexibility to visit the property as much as you want, but not to overstay or over abuse that zoning flexibility during the time that prior to you having actually built a structure on the property. So hopefully that makes sense. When it comes to the properties that you finance with us, we allow what the county allows. However, at no time can you permanently move onto the land or do any major development without equity invested and a written agreement with us for the specifics of the development. If you have questions about this and you have a specific lot that you have a project in mind for, call me and we can walk it through with you. My team would be happy to answer your questions and get you squared away. Got some trees to clear? Our client Zoe had some big plans for her 2.5 acre lot. She wanted to act fast, so getting a big lot that she could build on immediately was a priority. Good news, she also found out that she could get a temporary use permit, or a TUP for short, and she could stay in her RV for 60 days during the construction period. Note to the wise, just keep the utilities temporary and don't let the neighbors catch you dumping any waste anywhere out there. So update on Zoe, it turns out that the property wasn't the best fit for her because it's zoned such that its current primary use is for recreation. So she wasn't going to be able to build on it immediately anyway. At the time of making this video, we're still working to help her find something that she'll love that meets her need. Yeah, y'all, the struggle is real. Building your dream home, or let's say maybe your build is big, like maybe bigger. Brian and Charlene are planning a huge project on their 4-acre lot, one of the largest lots in this particular area. With a TUP and your permits in hand, you can stay for up to 6 months. And if you need more time, because the reality is life happens and construction doesn't always happen on time, you might just be able to squeeze another 6 months out of the county, but don't get too comfy, because once that house goes to its final inspection, you've got 30 days and it's bye-bye to RV living. Extreme hardship. If your house unexpectedly does its best Wizard of Oz impression, we're not in Kansas anymore, we're not anywhere anymore, or let's say there's a family emergency, Putnam County has got your back with up to 6 months of temporary RV living. And remember, parking your RV to store it is perfectly cool. Just don't start claiming it as your primary residence. That's just not gonna fly. All right, so let's recap. Number 1, you can camp on the land in 2-week increments for up to 120 days per year. Now, don't overstay your welcome, or you may find yourself dealing with code enforcement unnecessarily. Nobody wants that. Number 2, you can get a TUP, which will allow you to, wait, what's a TUP? That is a temporary use permit, which will allow you to stay up to 6 months while doing construction. Number 3, now you may actually be able to extend your stay even further beyond the 6 months if your development goes over, or maybe you even have a family emergency or a hardship. Always check with the county. We have made an information sheet for each one of the counties that we operate in Florida. You can get that in the description down below. We've been giving our clients this guidance for years and they haven't had any issues yet. Guidelines change all the time. Therefore, we advise that you always do your own verification. Trusted but verified. If this video helped you and you like this content, smash that like button and subscribe below. You're ready to snag your very own piece of paradise? Maybe we can help. Check us out at lotsofsunshine.com, where our mission is to help you invest in your dreams by making land easy and affordable. Find a property that you absolutely love, man, give us a call, 954-639-4938. Bye, y'all.